Hello everyone. In this video, let's look at how to use transistor as an inverter. I guess you are already familiar with this circuit. So we use this circuit in transistor as a switch. While using transistor as a switch, we gave analog input here at the base of the transistor and we varied the voltage above 0.7 volts and below 0.7 volts. Now in this circuit, let's give a digital input. Let's give a digital input at the base of the transistor and see what happens to this circuit. So in order to provide the digital input, what you can do on Prayogic Uno is remove the connection from var V. So you just need to remove the wire which is connected to var V and connect it to the input port. So you can see that at the bottom edge of Prayogic Uno there are two ports. So this is the input port and this is the output port. So just connect to the first pin of the input port. Now on the Android app you can see there are 8 digital buttons, and since we have connected the wire to the first port, we need to turn on this particular switch. So just tap on the switch and the LED will turn on. So as you can see that when I turn off the switch, the LED in the circuit is off, and when I turn on the switch, the LED in the circuit is on. So it's a direct relation. When the switch is on, LED is on, and when the switch is off, LED is off. Let's understand how this circuit works according to the different inputs. So when we provide plus 5 volts, which is digital 1, so what happens is there is an amount of base current which flows through the transistor and the transistor will be turned on. So as soon as the transistor is turned on, the cathode of the LED is connected to ground, and that's how the LED is turned on when we give an input of 5 volts. And when we give input of 0 volts, so there is no base current flowing through the transistor and the transistor is an open circuit. So which means that the cathode of the LED is not connected to ground, and that's the reason it doesn't turn on. So as you see, there is a direct relation between the input and the output. So now, how do we make this circuit to behave as an inverter? Just think of what changes has to be done to the circuit in order to make it as an inverter. You can pause the video at this point and think of a solution. I suggest you do not proceed without thinking of a solution. It doesn't matter if it's wrong. Let's rewrite this circuit for the inverter. Let me retain this 1 kilo ohm resistor as it is, and this is the collector. 10 kilo ohm is at the base and the emitter is connected to ground. Now if you compare to this circuit, the cathode of the LED is connected to the collector. Now instead of connecting the cathode of the LED to the collector, how about we connect the cathode of the LED to ground? So if you look at this circuit, when we provide plus 5 volts at the input, the transistor is on, and this makes the anode of the LED to be connected to the ground. So when the input is 5 volts, the LED will be off. And when you make input as 0 volts, then the transistor is open and the current is going to flow through the LED to the ground. So this way, when the input is 0 volts, the output will be high, and when the input is 5 volts, the output will be low. So this is how you can use transistor as an inverter. So the key point here is you need to take the output at the collector of the transistor. So that way you can use the transistor as an inverter. Always remember that you need to have this resistor value of 1K or 10K to limit the amount of current that is flowing through the circuit. Let's go ahead and make the changes in the circuit and observe if this particular circuit works or not. So what I have done is I have connected the LED as shown in the circuit between the collector and the ground. Now you can see the button on the Android app is turned on and the LED is off. And when I turn off the button, the LED is on. So this way you can use transistor as an inverter. Thank you for watching the video.